ladies and gentlemen, to an all-new reaction and review. Tonight, guys, I'm taking a look at a Japanese OVA from 1996. Tonight, I'm checking out Apocalypse Zero. Now, I have seen a scene, or rather a clip from Apocalypse Zero. I saw it, and I saw it on YouTube, and it might still be up on here. And it was a clip where a woman was getting her guts squeezed out of her like she was a tube of toothpaste. It was actually a little bit sick. Now, I have no idea why she was being squeezed like a tube of toothpaste, and I don't know if that's just a normal scene for this, or if that's perhaps like the peak of all the gore this thing apparently gives. I have no idea. I'm also curious exactly, how we lead up to person getting squeezed like toothpaste. I genuinely have no idea what the fuck I'm getting into beyond there's tons and tons of gore, and people have told me that this thing is borderline plotless. Now, it may be plotless, but it also may be entertaining. I have no clue. The only way I am going to find out if this thing has any fucking redeeming value at all is if I shut up and I push play, and I'm going to do that right now. So, without further ado, it's time to kick back, relax, and check out Apocalypse Zero. Okay, so apparently the woman who got her guts squeezed out of her was really just there to sort of set up what I guess is a villain? And it still was incredibly fucked up and weird, and the dub for this, guys, I'm gonna tell you, the dub for this thing is just fucking laughably bad, and it actually is kind of saving this slightly. Okay, I just saw somebody vomit up full-sized skeletons. That was incredibly fucked up. Did this creature really just whip out his dick and he's using it as a microphone? What the fuck? Well, guys, the first episode's done. I don't really know what to think about this thing so far. I guess I'm just gonna have to see how the second episode goes, huh? Okay. I'm gonna say this, guys, the fucking, monsters in this thing, they seriously do get weirder and more fucked up the farther along we, go here. This one here is just kind of sort of fucking-tesque, man. That's just... Damn, that is just messed up, dude. And the old man's dick turns into a monster. God. Why? Good lord, that is just fucking creepy. Well, guys, that was Apocalypse Zero. Let's, shut that off. Wow. I'm trying to figure out exactly how to even go into trying to cover this thing. Okay, I really think I should try to explain the story, which is already almost a fucking like Herculean feat in and of itself. Okay. So the plot to this thing, without going into too many spoilers, is that Earth basically was screwed over by a massive planet-wide earthquake that lasted for 3 years. That is something that we're told right from the word go. And because of this planet-wide earthquake, there is no more peace, there's no more happiness, everything is all just horrors and evil and death. And it's probably because millions died in, or actually I'm actually trying to remember now if they said millions or billions died in the earthquakes, but oh well. And so that right there is just sort of like the setting, is Earth basically was fucked years and years ago by years of earthquakes. And the story itself follows a brother and a sister, Kakugo and And by the way, now Kakugo is our hero, and his sister, Harara, who at one point all of a sudden becomes half demon. Well, actually, she started off as his brother, but apparently when she merged with the power armor given to her by her father, which has been passed down from generation to generation, the power armor informed him that he's half demon, so he can take whatever form he wishes, and he wishes to take the form of a woman, so he is now a she, and it's all just weird, goofy, stupid bullshit. No, I don't know why they opted to flip the fucking gender of the villain with absolutely no reason besides, look at me, I am half demon, but let's just fucking pretend that makes sense. So he, she, it has decided that its fucking job is to wipe out all humanity because it is humanity which causes all of the ugliness in the world, which essentially means that not only is she a half demon, but it's also essentially a fucking eco-terrorist because it wants to kill every single human being for all the, horrors and the pollution and the evil and the crime and, all the other nasty shit which happens. Basically, the world would be in balance if people weren't there. Okay, that makes very, very little sense, and in order to accomplish this, Harara sends out demons to go and kill off humans. And these demons were doing just fine in doing that until, I guess honestly, I will just call it a she at this point, since it takes a female form for most of this. Until her brother shows up with his set of power armor, also once more passed down from generation to generation, yada, 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 and is wiping out these creatures. Is just wiping out these creatures as they are coming through. That, guys, is literally the entire plot, is monsters show up, and Kakugo just, wipes them out. And we just continue for that for almost an hour and 20 minutes. I would love to say that there is more plot, and there kind of is if we go deeper, if we go deeper into, character and everything, but the only other point I can really make is that this power armor is also alive, and inside it is blood and organs and apparently the souls of thousands. Which means that when you wear this armor and you use the mystical martial arts tactic, which has been passed down from generation to generation along with this fucking power armor, you also get to hear the voices of those who've either worn it or were killed by it, or just the thousands of souls that live in it, because fuck you, that's why. I don't know why there are voices in this fucking thing. I don't know why it needed to have, blood and organs and a fucking circulatory system, but I'm just going to pretend that makes sense. And that really, guys, is the best way to sum up the writing. Nothing here actually is given a proper reason, and you basically just have to pretend that it makes sense and move on. And in most cases, I would completely dump on a movie for that. Except this thing is just so blissfully and lovably stupid that you actually are willing to go along for the fucking ride, and that is certainly cool. One thing that this film could one thing that this OVA could have probably benefited without is the mountains and mountains of sex that come flying at you. And guys, I'm talking everything from nudity to just almost everything, guys, is phallic, and it just seems kind of sick in that sense. And one of the demons that get sent to Earth is this giant old fucking man whose fucking cock and balls turn into a friggin' dragon. No, I'm not joking. That is actually a thing here. Then we had the one before that, which was kind of sort of an emo demon who was able to who was able to use his cock as a fucking, you know, like, microphone and sing. It was very weird. Okay? It totally was. It was certainly weird, but I actually kind of sort of liked it because it was just so absolutely lovably fucking stupid. And at the same time, was also completely fucking sane. So yeah, guys, writing-wise, this thing here is fantastic as long as you are willing to go for if you're willing to go for a very stupid fucking ride, and that honestly is just great. And what really makes the whole thing better is the fucking dub. Now I am going to explain, guys, when it comes to when it comes to dubbing, I've noticed that there are 3 types of dubs out there. There are the genuinely good fucking dubs where everyone is actually trying and they're actually acting, you know, in a proper way. And then there's the terrible dubs where no one actually is putting in any kind of effort at all. And then there's this kind of dub where everybody basically is just fucking, you know, like, where everyone is just basically, you know, like, where everyone is just hamming it up, and it actually kind of benefits the already stupid and incredibly cheesy fucking story. This thing, guys, I genuinely think would have suffered if it actually had a good fucking dub. Instead, we have everybody here. Everyone here is trying to out fucking overact the others. And it works so well. It actually kind of benefits this stupid and cheesy, you know, story. So yeah, guys, the dub here is genuinely good, at least for what is given. I can totally say that. Animation here is really solid. I did not notice any real issues. I did happen to see a little bit. I saw a little bit of recycled animation. Part of that was a flashback that we got to see twice in the very same fucking episode. And instead of maybe showing it to us from a different frickin' like angle or something, it's the very same angle. Which, okay, that is totally fine, you know, but honestly though, like, beyond that, there is very little here in terms of recycled animation, and that's fine. In fact, hell, guys, that actually is awesome, because guys, a whole lot of these sorts of things are known for just basically getting really lazy and using tons and tons of recycled stuff. So the very fact that there is almost none of that here is certainly a massive benefit. Let's see here. Sound mix here is good. I do have to warn, if anyone does watch this, this thing is mind-fucking-bogglingly gory. And I know that there are some people who don't like gore. And they're probably going to be absolutely turned off by this simply because it has so much fucking gore. So I do have to warn, if you are not a fan of gore, and if you're not a fan of sex, including really nasty and kind of sort of disgusting sex, then this thing is probably not going to be for you. However, if you have no issue with gore, and if you have no issue with sex, and if you're really into stupid and cheesy stories, then guys, this thing here is awesome. And I am going to tell you, I bought this thing off of, I believe I bought it off of Amazon. I think it was for about $7. I'm really happy I spent the $7. This thing here is really good, and I had no idea if it was going to be good. I honestly, guys, was taking a massive fucking gamble, and in this case, the gamble paid off. And guys, when all is said and done, I can totally recommend Apocalypse Zero, as long as you have no problem with massive amounts of gore and sex, and just a really stupid, really cheesy plot. And if you have no problem with any of that, then yes, by all means, check it out. This thing here is just lovably stupid fun. And I am really happy that I fucking own it. In fact, actually, to me, guys, this thing here feels a lot like something along the lines of, say, like MD fucking Geist, except this has far, far more structure in terms of story, because Geist had almost no fucking story at all. This thing here was really good. I'm very happy to own it. This thing here is gonna have a very happy spot in my fucking anime collection. Now, I just mentioned MD Geist. I actually kind of feel like watching that, so I am going to go watch that right now. And this thing, yeah, guys, I really did like this, and that I had no idea, and I love it. Anyway, guys, with that, we come to the close of another reaction and review. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and I will see you all in the near future. Peace.